Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
We've got a dandy North Dakota Class A boys basketball matchup for you tonight as Devils Lake, ranked 4th in the state in Class A, actually tied for 4th, takes on number 2 Central Cass. How you doing, everyone? I'm Joe Lancello speaking to you tonight from Castleton, the home of the Central Cass Squirrels. Central Cass comes in with a record of 15-2 on those 2 losses by a total of 5 points. Their last game was on Tuesday night at Kindred, a comfortable 79-49 victory there. As for Devils Lake, the Firebirds, their record is 12-7 on the year, 4-3 in Region 2 where they play. And Devils Lake coming off a win at Mayport CG this past Monday night, 79-73. Central Cass is 8-1 in Region 1, so this will not affect the region standings in any sense. But you never know. You might see these teams score up again in one of the play-in games for the Class A state tournament or even at the state tournament. In the games earlier tonight, it was Central Cass winning the JV game 84-78 and Central Cass winning the C-Squad game 57-55. We'll talk in with both the coaches, Dustin Brodina of Devils Lake and Matt Norman from Central Cass, when we return after these messages on yourliveevent.com.
Worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
You don't have to spend 4 years or a fortune to start your future. At NDSCS, you'll find first-class classrooms, expert instructors, and hands-on learning that gets you job-ready fast. Earn your degree, gain confidence, and start a career you love sooner than you think. With 97% job placement, high starting salaries, and transfer programs that save thousands, it just makes sense. And that's why NDSCS is the smarter way to college.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
Central Cass against Devils Lake boys basketball, a tremendous Class A matchup tonight on yourliveevent.com. Matt Norman is the coach of the Central Cass Squirrels. I must have not been paying much attention. Just 2 losses on the year, ranked number 2 in the state, and those 2 losses by a total of 5 points.
Yeah, we got a third loss to St. Peter a little earlier, Minnesota game up in Concordia. But yeah, all of our games have been really, really competitive. So I'm very, very proud of our boys and where we are right now in the season, but tonight's going to be a really good test for us.
What have been the strong points of the Squirrels?
I think our deep bench is really our greatest asset. We're able to really play fast and rely on those that come off the bench to contribute both offensively and defensively for us.
Easton Holland has had quite the year for you, among the top scorers and your leading rebounder too.
Yeah, Easton's a great kid. Done a good job of making sure that he, attacks the rim. He does a great job of putting pressure on the paint for us, but then does a great job of hitting that outside shooter as soon as he loses that advantage. So we're impressed with him and his season thus far.
And Cash Lorenz seems to be able to shoot quite well from anywhere, and Jackson Deutsch too.
Yeah, Cash and JD do a great job. Cash is one of our captains, just like Easton Holland. We rely on him not only on the floor to score the ball, but he's kind of one of our constants. He does a good job of keeping us calm, making sure that we're moving forward, and so we're blessed to have him.
And a schedule that's not very easy. The two losses were to Fowens, Minnewacan, and Wahpeton, both also highly regarded in the Class A poll. And your opponent tonight, Devils Lake, same thing.
Yeah, it's going to be a really tough night. That's one of the best parts of Class A is that every single night you're challenged. If you don't come with your best stuff and attention to detail, you're going to end up in the losing column. And so we have to make sure that we share the basketball. As soon as we lose an advantage, we've got to create some extra possessions, and we've got to clear the glass today.
And this could well be a matchup 2 weeks ago in a game to try to get into the state tournament.
It really could. We're expecting Devils Lake's best. They've done such a great job, putting together a competitive season. And with the last few games, we've paid close attention as they continue to find their identity as a crew. And they're going to be a tough out for anybody. It's going to be an exciting matchup, especially as we preview the region tournaments to come.
What will be the important things for you tonight?
We've got to take care of the basketball, and we've got to create some extra possessions defensively. If we can rotate cleanly and we can make sure that we share, we're going to be in a good spot come the fourth quarter. But, like we said before, Brodina and the Palmers, they're a tough engine to stop. So we got to make sure that we don't ride our emotions too high, and we got to stay locked in, and we got to put one foot in front of the other.
All right, best of luck.
Thank you much.
Matt Norman, coach of the Central Cass Squirrels. We'll continue with our pregame show after these words on YourLiveEvent.com.
What was that? Is that top insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Taupe Insurance,
Nah,
maybe?
I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe.
That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies. Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting section, and check out their different paint mixing options from Benjamin Moore, Clark and Kensington, and Royal. From their grills to Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to the Customer Laser Engraving Center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Carol, Leslie, or Craig to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
John Modena, the coach of the Devils Lake Firebirds, state last year. Obviously, a new season, a new team. Has this one found its identity yet?
We kind of did find our identity right away. We started out really well, and won our first 7 games of the season, and kind of had some bumps in the road since then. But we've kind of won our last few right now, and trying to get back into our groove here for the postseason run.
And when that postseason starts, you'll be 0-0 as opposed to 4-3 in the region, which is admittedly a very, very tough region.
Yeah, exactly. Once the region or the season is done, you can wipe your records clean. It's a whole new season. You got to play tough. You got to be able to defend, and it'll be starting after next Friday's our last home game, and then that's when it starts.
And this team, based with the Palmer twins, Max and Mason, How do people tell them apart besides from their uniform numbers? Or how are they different as players?
Yeah, they're unique in their own themselves, the way they are individually as well, and then how they play on the court. Mason's more of our ball handler. He's our point guard, kind of the dictator, and he's the leader on the court. And Max is a leader as well too, but he doesn't take that role. He's kind of more of a shooter and scorer, I guess, if you want to put it that way, when they're on the court. And off the court, they're different as well. Mason's a little bit quieter, Max is a little bit louder, but they're both great kids.
And Parker Brodina graduated, but there's a new Brodina in the lineup. Ben, talk about him.
Yeah, Ben he's a sophomore. When we had some things happen, he had to step up. Kind of had to take a little bit of a leadership role, and he's done some good things. He's put the ball in the hole pretty well, and he now he's taking a little bit more of a back seat, which is okay too, as he lets Max and Mason kind of deal. But he can score. And he's usually one of our best defenders. He defends at a high level, and we expect a lot out of him. And it's we kind of have three guys that can put the ball in the hole and defend at all times.
What are you looking for this team to be able to do now as we get toward the end of the regular season into the postseason?
The thing that you got to be able to do is defend at a high level, and that's where we've lapsed a little bit at times. So we got to get back to that level of defending at a high level, forcing teams into really tough stuff, really tough shots, tough possessions. So that's what I'm looking for. Aside from wins or losses here, we're looking to grow as a team defensively, because I feel confident that we can put the ball in the hole, but it's being able to defend.
This is a good matchup at this time of the year because it gets you ready for postseason.
Yeah. Central Cass is one of the top teams in the state. Obviously, they're number 2 ranked, and they can really score. So that's going to challenge our defense really well. And it's a great non-conference game. It really doesn't mean nothing, but hopefully we can compete with them. Home court, their home court, so they're going to be tough to beat. Tough to compete with, and we'll see how we do tonight.
All right, best of luck.
Thank you.
Dustin Brodina, coach of the Devils Lake Firebirds. We'll be back with the starting lineups after these words on YourLiveEvent.com.
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve, so we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
And welcome back to Central Cast. Joe Lancello here. And Finley is on camera tonight. There we are. Busy day for Central Cast with state high school wrestling as well. Individual competition from Central Cast. Lauren Osmanstead took 7th at the 100-pound division. And Anna White was wrestling in the 3rd place match at 106 pounds. I haven't heard how that particular match turned out. And from Devils Lake, Jaylee Jetty placed 6th at 170 pounds. Congratulations to them. And to all the wrestlers from Central Cass and Devils Lake boys and girls who qualified for the state wrestling meet over at the Fargo Dome, and that will wrap up tomorrow with the team competition. Looking at the boys basketball rankings this week, 4 Winds Minnewacan remains the number 1 team. Central Cass is 2nd. Beulah comes in 3rd. Devils Lake and Wahpeton are tied for 4th. Kindred and Grafton from the area are receiving votes. And in Class B boys basketball, Central McLean remains the number 1 team, followed by our Redeemers. Ray is 3rd, Midway Minto 4th, Hankinson 5th. Oaks receiving votes among area teams. And we'll have the opening tap of tonight's game, Central Cass against Devils Lake, after these messages on YourLiveEvent.com.
Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
At the Central Cass School District, excellence isn't just a goal, it's our mission by empowering individuals to make a positive impact. Central Cass School District is dedicated to providing students with an innovative curriculum supported by a variety of co-curricular activities from athletics and the arts to leadership and service, aiming to provide excellence between students, staff, family, and community. Central Cass School District, fostering student excellence by inspiring individuals to be their best.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassiz Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve, so we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
For the Devils Lake Firebirds, number 0 is Max Palmer, a 6-foot senior. Number 2 is Mason Palmer, his twin brother, also a 6-foot senior. 1 is Ben Brodina, a 6'2 sophomore. Number 5 is Cade Fee, a 6-foot senior. And 21, Briar Exner, a 6-foot sophomore. Now for Central Cass, number 0 is Easton Holland, a 6'4 junior, averaging 14.5 points a game and 6 rebounds. Number 1, Cash Lorenz, a 6-foot junior, averaging 17.9, leading the Squirrels in scoring. Number 2 is Andrew Zemer, a 6'1 sophomore, averaging 11.1. Number 3 is Keegan Peterson, averaging 4.8 points, a 65.9% shooter from 2-point range. And number 13, Cole Burr, a 6'2 sophomore, averaging 10.9 points. Matt Norman, the coach of Central Cass, the Squirrels, ranked number 2 in the state in Class A with a record of 15-2. Dustin Brodina, the coach of Devils Lake, the Firebirds, 12-7 on the year. Firebirds in the traveling red with white and black. Central Cass in their white uniforms, red-orange numbers, and black and reddish-orange trim. These sides could very well meet again come the month of March, either playing to get into the state tournament or at the state tournament. Holland jumps center against Ben Brodina, and the tap controlled by Devils Lake. Firebirds from right to left. Mason Palmer with the ball. Spinning, stopped in the block by a double team off for Cade Fee. Almost bobbled out of bounds by Ben Brodina. He'll pull up, free throw line extended right. Shot doesn't go. And an offensive rebound for Briar Exner. 3 on the way doesn't go. Exner another offensive rebound. 3 from the top does not go for Max Palmer, and here come the Squirrels. Lorenz top of the key for Andrew Zemer. Zemer room to drive and scores. Andrew Zemer gives Central Cass a 2-0 lead. Mason Palmer quickly into the front court on the far side, spinning through a double team, shot no, and a rebound for Zemer. Bird top of the key. Zemer driving the left baseline, trying to shovel it to Peterson in the right corner. Ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Squirrels. 24 to shoot, 6:55 to go in the opening quarter. Zemer on the inbound. Holland, now Burr. Cash Lorenz, number 1. Lorenz crossover, saw the gap. Whoa! And Ben Brodina saw the chance to swat the ball out of bounds and took it. 13 to shoot for Central Cass. Zemer taking his time, 6 to shoot. 1 to shoot, got that away just in time and scored. 4-0 Squirrels. Ball poked loose and a steal for Lorenz. First turnover of the game. Quick 3-on-1. And a layup for Peterson. Six nothing in favor of Central Cass almost 2 minutes in. Ball poked out of bounds. Max Palmer saying he got poked in the face. The official standing right there said no. 28 to shoot for the Firebirds. Ball poked loose and another takeaway. Zemer will wait for reinforcements and find Easton Holland for a basket. Back-to-back baskets on turnovers and an 8-0 start. Ball bobble and another takeaway. 3 straight possessions with turnovers for Devils Lake, and there's a turnover right back the other way, the first against Central Cass. Jumper from Mason Palmer doesn't go. Here come the Squirrels, and a pass picked off by Fee. Back-to-back turnovers now against the Squirrels. Left baseline drive by Ben Brodina. Pass was tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Firebirds with 28 to shoot and 5:21 to go in the quarter. Firebirds looking to get on the scoreboard. Exner. Hands for now Fee. Back to Exner at the right baseline. Swing it back around for Brodina. He'll drive, and that was blocked. Lorenz not waiting for reinforcements, now decides to circle back. Zemer wide open 3 on the top. Bango! Zemer with 7 in the quarter. Dustin Brodina hadn't called a timeout. We've got our first foul of the game on Keegan Pearson of Central Cass. Coach Brodina may be thinking, like Phil Jackson and some other coaches, you got us into this mess, you get us out. Mason Palmer, Max Palmer. Mason from the left corner driving and scoring. Firebirds on the board. Took 3.5 minutes. Zemer for Burr in the left corner. Keegan Peterson, or check that, Lorenz, or Easton Holland rather, and he's going to be called for an offensive foul. His first foul, the second on the Squirrels in the quarter. And for Central Cass, number 5, Zane Blix, the 6-foot sophomore. And full court pressure by the Squirrels now. Almost thrown away. Brodina gets it back. Mason Palmer losing it to Blix, who just came into the game. And Blix will score. (13-2) midway through the opening quarter. Been all Squirrels. And a foul going to be called on Blix as he got into the body of Mason Palmer. First foul on Blix, 3 on the Squirrels in the quarter. And number 12, Lucas Christensen, a 6'4 junior, checks into the Central Cass lineup, and Holland will sit down. Something Coach Matt Norman of the Squirrels talked about in the pregame show was a deep bench. They go about 9 or 10 deep. Exner on top for Max Palmer. Brodina, now Mason Palmer, 20 to shoot. Mason Palmer driving, no. Fight for the rebound. And the battle won by Christensen, who just came into the game. They're coming in ready to battle. 3 on the way from Burr, no. And an offensive rebound for Christensen. And then a takeaway. Max Palmer on the intercept. Brodina for Exeter left corner, driving to the block. Back for Brodina, 3 on the way, yes. Ben Brodina's first points. 13-5 with under 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Andrew Zemer looking to slow down the tempo a little bit. Zemer right corner around a screen to the top. Christensen. Burr. No. And a rebound for Exner. First defensive rebound in the game for Devil's Lake. Nice spin and a score and a free throw from Mason Palmer. Cash Lorenz with the foul for Central Cass, his first, 4th team foul. Number 4, Jackson Deutsch, a 6'5 sophomore, checks into the Central Cass lineup. Mason Palmer at the free throw line. Completes the three-point play. 13-8. Mason with 5 of the 8 Firebird points, and here comes Cash Lorenz the other way with a bucket, his first of the day. 15-8 in favor of Central Cass. Brodina top of the key, Mason Palmer. Now in the game, Alex Hammond, a 6'2 sophomore, checking in number 20. 15 to shoot. Exner, 3 on the way from the right wing, no. And Deutsch runs down the rebound. Deutsch averaging 4 rebounds a game off the bench. Pass was in too deep and ended up in a turnover, 4th against Central Cass. Mason Palmer top of the key, ball tipped away, and a trip on the defender Lorenz. Mason Palmer with the Devil's Lake foul, his first. That's the first on the Firebirds in the quarter, with a minute 33 to go. Easton Holland 0 back in the game for Central Cass. with Cash Lorenz and Deutsch, who's got the ball now. Peterson and Christensen. And I think I've got everybody. Lorenz into the lane, shot no. Offensive rebound for Peterson, no. Another offensive rebound for Peterson. Holland with a three, no. And another offensive rebound. This will be their fourth bite of the cherry if they get a shot away, and they do by Holland. 17-8 with a minute to go in the quarter. Holland with four. Max Palmer for Ben Brodina. Long three on the way, swish. Ben Brodina with six, both from long distance. 6-point lead for Central Cass. Holland. Back for Lorenz, long three, bango! Lorenz with 5, 20-11. Final half minute of the opening quarter. Max Palmer across midcourt, taking his time. Now Brodina, who will hold it. Hammond. Mason Palmer with a three from the top. No, and a rebound for Deutsch. And a heave at midcourt. Oh, that wasn't far off by Lorenz. And that's the end of a very entertaining first quarter on the Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass 20, Devils Lake 11. Not new, not national. Bank North is a hometown bank focused on relationships, local decisions, and community support. Find out more at banknorth.bank. Bank North, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Coach Dustin Brodina in the Devils Lake huddle. I can hear him from up here. I'm not necessarily paying attention to all the dialogue, but clearly not pleased with the way his team started the opening quarter. They got off to an 11-0 deficit, and that gap is now 9 at 20-11 as Central Cass will have the ball to start the second quarter. Zemer for Holland. Baseline drive. Right corner, Holland for three. He's got 7. 23-11 Central Cass. Ben Brodina from Max Palmer. Exner on the left wing. Back for Max. Max driving and scoring. Max's first bucket of the game. 23-13. Left corner, 3 on the way, off the bracket, no good. And a rebound for Max Palmer. Squirrels getting out rebounded 11-4 unofficially. And a drive by Mason Palmer is good for a basket. Mason was 7. 23-15 in favor of Central Cass. Burr for Holland. And his pass was short as he was trying to pass out of the double team. 5th turnover against the Squirrels. Exner driving. Nice offensive rebound by Alex Hammond. And Exner will score. Exner's first bucket. Good work by Alex Hammond to get that offensive rebound. Here's a drive the other way and a layup for Andrew Zemer. He's got 9. 25-17, almost 2 minutes into the second quarter, and another takeaway. Drive, yes, and a foul. Zane Blixt with a chance at a three-point play. First foul on Devils Lake in the second quarter. It's on Ben Brodina, his first. For the Firebirds, Exner checks out, and number 5, Cade Fee back into the ball game. Fee, Hammond, the Palmer twins, and Brodina on the 5 for Devils, the 5 on the floor for Devils Lake. Blix with the free throw. Number 5 with 5 points. He'll check out to be replaced by number 22, Ben Nelson, a 6-foot sophomore. Nelson, Holland, Burr, Zemer, and Jackson Deutsch in the game for Central Cass. Brodina driving, wide open 3 on the top. Swish for Mason Palmer. Mason with 10. Firebirds with an 8. Nelson driving and scoring off the glass. Ben Nelson, who averages 2 a game, has his quota for the night right there. But of course, he and the Squirrels would like to see more. 10-point lead, 30-20. Hammond, high post for Max Palmer. Hammond driving the baseline. Attempted skip pass, broken up and taken away by Zemer. 6 turnover on Devils Lake. Here in the other way. Offensive rebound, no. Another offensive rebound. And then finally taken away. Hammond. Nice block by Burr. Deutsch and Burr check out for Central Cass. Number 3, Keegan Peterson back in the game. And Cashler and Zimmer 1. Brodina shot. Well, Zemer came in to block the shot, but they called a travel because the shooter went up with the ball, but then came back to earth with the ball. Timeout Devils Lake. 4:55 to go in the half. On the Bank North scoreboard, Central Cass in the lead, 30-20 over Devils Lake. Banking should feel personal, and at Bank North it does. They're proud to be local, supporting the local teams and the communities they serve. Visit banknorth.bank to learn more. Bank North, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Joe Lancello with you from Central Cass. Finley Nelson on camera today. And thanks also to Ella Detler, who ran camera for the JV game. Central Cass winning that JV game 84-78. Central Cass ball after the timeout. Zemer for Peterson. Lorenz from the top. 3 more. Lorenz with 8. 33-20, biggest lead of the night for the Squirrels. Exner almost had the ball tied up. Pass intended for Fee, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Devils Lake. Number 10, Blaze Cotton, a 6'2 sophomore, checks in for the first time for Central Cass as Holland will sit down. That's 10 different players that the Squirrels have used here in the first half. And a pass off the hand of Exner out of bounds. Turnover 7 against Devils Lake. Now the Firebirds with a little bit of backcourt pressure. Lorenz top of the key. He'll try another 3. This one short off the rim. And the rebound off one of the Firebirds. It will stay with Central Cass. Cotton fighting for that offensive rebound. 34 to shoot for Central Cass and 4:15 to go in the half. Number 2 in the state against number 4 in the state in North Dakota Class A basketball. Zemer with a drive, yes. 11 for Andrew Zemer. And the lead is 15, 35-20. Squirrels have not trailed in this game. They got off to an 11-0 start. Max Palmer for his twin brother Mason. Fee for Exner. Now Max Palmer had it, and now Fee. Max Palmer with the three. That doesn't go. And Cotton Skyd for the rebound. Here's Zemer driving, and a foul. Foul on Devils Lake on Cade Fee. That will be his first. Second team foul on the Firebirds in the second quarter. Andrew Zemer to shoot a pair. Got the roll on the first. 13 Cole Burr back into the game for Central Cass as Cotton will check out. Zemer made them both, and he'll come out to be replaced by Ben Nelson, 22. Squirrels with backcourt pressure. Mason Palmer into the front court. Ball poked away and a takeaway. And a layup for Keegan Peterson. Peterson with 4, turnover 8 against Devils Lake. And there's another turnover. Blixt. Pass to the far side, picked off by Mason Palmer. Turnover 6 on Central Cass. Drive and a basket for Mason Palmer. Mason with a dozen. 39-22. Squirrels in front. Nelson. Right corner three on the way from Peterson, doesn't go. And Max Palmer rebounds. 2.5 to go in the half. A 17-point deficit for Devils Lake was not what anybody had on their bingo card, I don't think. The three from Max Palmer doesn't go, but Brudina runs down the rebound. Mason Palmer with a three, no. Scramble for the rebound, and Exner gets it. Left corner by Brodina doesn't go. Offensive rebound, Mason Palmer goes. Devils Lake with a timeout. 2:01 to go in the half on the Bank North scoreboard. 39-24, Central Cass in the lead. Cass County Mutual provides insurance products to all of southeastern North Dakota. They're a local company providing local service to all policyholders. Visit CassCountyMutual.com to find an agent near you.
Too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out BearsHomeSolutions.com.
Devils Lake has 3 timeouts remaining. Central Cass with all 5 of theirs. 2:01 to go till halftime, and Central Cass with a 15-point lead over Devils Lake, 39-24. And some backcourt pressure now from Devils Lake briefly, and they back off it. Zemer into the front court for Lorenz. And that went off Lorenz's foot and not that of a Devils Lake player. 7th turnover against the Squirrels. Number 3, Keegan Peterson checking out. Jackson Deutsch, number 4, back into the Central Cass lineup. Mason Palmer down the near side, 1:40 to go in the half. Crosses over, dumping down low for Fee, no. And a rebound for Zemer. Ziemer for Deutsch. Lorenz on top. Lorenz for Burr. 18 to shoot. Whistle. Reach in on one of the Firebirds. On Cade Fee, that'll be his second and the third on Devils Lake in the second quarter. Central Cass yet to commit a foul in this second quarter. Squirrels on the inbound, minute 15 to go in the half. Ziemer lost it. Turnover 8 on Central Cass. Very close to an over and back. Max Palmer with a three, doesn't go. Exer another offensive rebound. He's had a strong game underneath. Brodina missed the three. And rebound for Central Cass. Under a minute to go in the half. Lorenz through the crowd, lays it up and in. 10 for Lorenz. 41-24, equaling the biggest lead for Central Cass. 6-second difference, game clock and shot clock. Exner holds, and now Mason Palmer. Shovels back for Brodina. Pull-up jumper left wing, yes. 8 for Ben Brodina. 41-26, shot clock off. Ziemer into the front court. Around a Holland screen. Whips a pass in for Holland. Trying to bull his way through two defenders, and a foul called, and I think that's going to be on Fee. It is, and that's his third foul. 2 free throws for Easton Holland, who's a 60.6% shooter from the foul line. Holland's first free throw no good. Keegan Peterson in, and Cole Burr out for Central Cass. Free throw number 2, and Holland with 1 of 2. He's got 8. 42-26, 4 seconds to go, and a whistle. And a foul on Lorenz. That's just the first on Central Cass in the quarter. I've got that as 2 on Lorenz. Baseball pass on the inbound. Exner. Oh, he hit it! Exner marks the spot indeed. And our halftime score on the Bank North scoreboard, Central Cass 42, Devils Lake 29. Back after these words on YourLiveEvent.com.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for Students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
At the Central Cass School District, excellence isn't just a goal, it's our mission by empowering individuals to make a positive impact. Central Cass School District is dedicated to providing students with an innovative curriculum supported by a variety of co-curricular activities from athletics and the arts to leadership and service, aiming to provide excellence between students, staff, family, and community. Central Cass School District, fostering student excellence by inspiring individuals to be their best.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Welcome back to Central Cass. Joe Lancello with you. We're at halftime. Boys basketball, Central Cass leading Devils Lake 42-29. And our halftime report brought to you by Farmers Union Insurance Agents Wasleen Kramer. The federal crop insurance deadline is coming quickly, and Scott and Tyler are your local experts. There are some important changes and new products for the 2026 crop year that could have a big impact on your family farm, and we'd love to help you navigate your options. Call, text, email, or stop by anytime to visit about your crop insurance needs for 2026. Central Cass getting off to an 11-0 start after Devils Lake plagued by turnovers in the early going. Central Cass would lead 20-11 at the quarter. They have led coast to coast. Their biggest lead was 41-24 late in the second quarter, and their lead now is 42-29. Leading the way for Central Cass is guard Andrew Zemer with a 3, 4 twos, 2 of 2 at the line for 13 points. Cash Lorenz, 2 threes and 2 twos for 10. Easton Holland, a 3, 2 twos, 1 of 2 at the line for 8. Zane Blix, 2 baskets, 1 of 1 at the line off the bench for 5. Keegan Peterson, 2 baskets for 4. Ben Nelson, a basket for 2. Cole Burr, Jackson Deutsch, Blaze Cotton, and Lucas Christensen have all played for Central Cass in the first half and have not scored. Squirrels, 4 of 5 at the free throw line, 80%. 8 turnovers against Central Cass, and unofficially the Squirrels with 16 rebounds, 7 on the offensive side. Central Cass, 20 points in the first quarter, 22 in the second for their total of 42. For Devils Lake, they are led by senior Mason Palmer with a 3, 5 twos, and 1 of 1 at the line for 14 points. Ben Brudina, 2 threes and a 2 for 8. Breyer Exner with a 3 and a 2 for 5. Exner doing some really good work on the offensive boards tonight. Max Palmer with a basket for 2. Cade Fee and Alex Hammond have played for Devils Lake and have not scored. Firebirds 1 of 1 at the free throw line for 100%. 8 turnovers against Devils Lake, so the team's even in that regard. And unofficially 11 rebounds for Devils Lake, 7 on the offensive side. So Central Cass with the rebounding edge there, 16-11. Devils Lake 11 points in the first quarter, 18 in the second for their total of 29. As far as fouls go for Devils Lake, Cade Fee has 3 fouls, no one else more than 1. And for Central Cass, I've got Cash Lorenz down for 2 and no one else more than 1. Not very many fouls called in that first half of play. Devils Lake just got into a big deficit with points given up after turnovers. And while they've tried to work their way back, Central Cass is able to bring in reinforcements. And Devils Lake has made just the one substitution in the course of the game. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here in the second half. Again, two highly regarded teams. Central Cass ranked number 2 in the state in Class A. Devils Lake tied for 4th in Class A in the latest rankings. That's our halftime report, brought to you by Farmers Union Insurance agents Wasley and Kramer. The federal crop insurance deadline is coming quickly, and Scott and Tyler are your local experts. There are some important changes and new products for the 2026 crop year that could have a big impact on your family farm. And we'd love to help you navigate your options. Call, text, email, or stop by anytime to visit about your crop insurance needs for 2026. At the break, Central Cass 42, Devils Lake 29. Back for the start of the third quarter after these words on YourLiveEvent.com.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
Back at Central Cass, Joe Lancello with you. Central Cass boys leading Devils Lake 42-29 at halftime. A reminder that coming up next week on YourLiveEvent.com, we will have the Division A Region 2 tournament coverage from Devils Lake. And we will also have Division A Region 1 tournament play from NDSU starting on Monday. Central Cass girls will play Oak Grove in the first game of the quarterfinals at 4:30 on Monday. Devils Lake with the basketball to start the third quarter, going from left to right in the traveling red with white and black. Mason Palmer, number 2. Palmer still going, whips it out. Max Palmer with a 3, that's good. Max's first 3 of the night, he's got 5 points. Max Palmer, Mason Palmer, Ben Brodina, Cade Fee, Briar Exner, the original 5 for Devils Lake starting the second half, and there's a basket for Brodina after a turnover. Brodina with 10, and the Firebirds now within 8. Keegan Peterson for Lorenz. Lorenz 3 on the way high left, yes. 13 for Lorenz, his third bomb of the game. Burr, Peterson, Ziemer, Lorenz, and Holland, the original 5 on the floor for Central Cass. Exner right corner. will throw it out to the top for Max Palmer. Cade Fee driving in and scoring. First bucket for Fee. 45-36. Central Cass in the lead. Holland shoveling it off for Lorenz. And the ball off one of the Firebirds despite the lobbying effort. Oh no, after a discussion they changed their minds. 10 turnovers now against Central Cass in the ball game, and full court pressure continuing from Central Cass. Max Palmer into the front court for Exner. Fee faked the three, he'll drive. Shot hit the bottom of the rim, and he got fouled. Easton Holland committing the foul. That's his second, and that's the first on Central Cass in the third quarter. Cade Fee, his first time at the free throw line tonight. Devils Lake only quick timeout by Central Cass on the Bank North scoreboard. Banking should feel personal, and at Bank North it does. They're proud to be local, supporting local teams and the communities they serve. Visit banknorth.bank to learn more. Bank North, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Get in touch with Ryan at Tope Insurance in Castleton for a quote or review of your policies. Give Tope Insurance a call at 701-347-4045. That's 701-347-4045. First timeout taken by Central Cass today. Fee hit the first free throw before the timeout and made them both. Fee with 4. 8-point lead for Central Cass. Pass broken up by Mason Palmer. Zemer on the throw-in at the hash mark on the far side for Lorenz. Hands back for Holland, and now Zemer. Holland scores. 10 for Easton Holland. 10-point lead for Central Cass. Exner almost lost the ball. Fee getting it back. Max Palmer. Fee thinking about the three. He'll drive and shovel off. Mason Palmer for Exner. Fee again with 15 to shoot. Exner. Brodina. Nice dump down low for an open Fee. Fee with 6 in the quarter. Floater up by Zemer, doesn't go, but an offensive rebound. Basket for Keegan Peterson, he has 6. And Peterson almost a 66% shooter inside the three-point arc, inside the arc. Left corner three up and off by Brodina, and a long rebound. And a longer three by Max Palmer. Max with 8. 6 threes for the Firebirds tonight as they cut the gap to 7. And somebody did something wrong there. 11th turnover against Central Cass. Number 5, Zane Blix, back into the Squirrel lineup. And Blix's first job is to hunt the basketball as it went under the bleachers. Blix might be the first choice of anybody here for a scavenger hunt. Max Palmer on the inbound for Devils Lake. Firebirds from left to right in the second half. Mason Palmer, yes. Mason with 16, and the gap is now 5 with 4.5 to go third quarter. Blixt for Holland. Holland against the double team. Shot doesn't go, but an offensive rebound for Zemer. Blixt lobbing down low, intended for Holland, but picked off. Ben Brodina with the intercept. Exner thought about the three, although he hit one from mid-court at the second quarter buzzer. We got a foul on Central Cass on Zane Blixt. That's his second. Or check that, that's his third foul. And second on the Squirrels in the third quarter. Fee will drive, didn't get the roll, and the rebound for Blixt. Three on the way, nope. Zemer couldn't get it to drop. Fee down the far sideline for Brodina, beat a defender. For Mason Palmer, Max Palmer, three on the way, in and out. And Fee an offensive rebound. Mason Palmer with a three. And it's a 2-point game. Timeout, Central Cass. Central Cass led by 17 late second quarter. Their lead down to 2 on the Bank North scoreboard. Not new, not national. Bank North is a hometown bank focused on relationships, local decisions, and community support. Find out more at banknorth.bank. Bank North, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
You don't have to spend 4 years or a fortune to start your future. At NDSCS, you'll find first-class classrooms, expert instructors, and hands-on learning that gets you job-ready fast. Earn your degree, gain confidence, and start a career you love sooner than you think. With 97% job placement, high starting salaries, and transfer programs that save thousands, it just makes sense. And that's why NDSCS is the smarter way to college.
Cass County Mutual provides insurance products to all of southeastern North Dakota. They're a local company providing local service to all policyholders. Visit CassCountyMutual.com to find an agent near you. Each team now 3 timeouts remaining with 3:19 to go in the third quarter. Devils Lake outscoring Central Cass 20-5 in this third quarter. Number 4, Jackson Deutsch in the game for Central Cass. He's got the ball. For Blixt. Zemer on the left wing. For Blixt. Zemer. Trying to feed it inside for Ben Nelson, who's back in the game, and a turnover. A chance for the lead. No. Rebound off Nelson out of bounds. It will go to Devils Lake with 2:50 to go in the third. Firebirds again with a chance to tie or take their first lead. Exner. Mason Palmer for the lead. No. And the rebound again off Nelson out of bounds. That's 11 offensive rebounds for Devils Lake tonight. 34 to shoot. Deep inbound for Max Palmer. Mason Palmer. Mason Palmer almost lost his balance. He lost a defender. Brodina with 22 to shoot. Mason Palmer. Max Palmer now for Fee with 11 to shoot. Mason Palmer will drive. Almost lost the dribble. 3 on the way. No. And an offensive rebound for Exner. And a 3 good by Mason Palmer. And the Firebirds have their first lead, 50-49, with 2 minutes to go in the third. Zemer on the top. Trying to go through the crowd. Yes, and a foul. First foul on Devils Lake in the third quarter. It's on Mason Palmer, his second. For the Firebirds, number 20, Alex Hammond, comes in. Number 4, Talon Gregory, a 6'1 junior in the game for the first time. As Fee and Exner come out. Keegan Peterson, number 3, back in the game for Devils Lake as well. Zemer completes the three-point play. Andrew Zemer with 16. 52-50 Central Cass, and that's thrown to Coach Dustin Grudaniel, who didn't want it. Turnover 9 on Devils Lake. Just their first turnover of the third quarter, though, after they had 8 in the first half. Zemer. Blixt driving and getting 2 free throws. You could have seen that going either way, actually. Max Palmer committing the foul for Devils Lake, his first, second on the Firebirds in the quarter. Blixt, 1 of 1 at the line. He's an 81% free throw shooter. Blixt with the first. 21, Riley Hansen, a 6'5 senior. Whoops, wrong team. Briar Exner, 21, back in for Devils Lake, along with 5, Cade Fee. Joining Max Palmer, Mason Palmer, and Raleigh Brodina. Blixt making them both. He's got 7. 4-point lead, 54-40 for Central Cass. 3 doesn't go. Exner with another offensive rebound and a basket. 7 for Exner. 2-point Central Cass lead, and that's thrown away. 6 turnovers against Central Cass in the third quarter. 0, Easton Holland back in for Central Cass. Joining Deutsch, Zemer, Blixt and Peterson. Pass intended for Exner, thrown out of bounds and out the door into the entryway. It'll stay with Devils Lake. 24 to shoot, 49.6 to go in the third. 3 on the way, left corner, yes. Mason Palmer, 4th bomb of the game. Devils Lake in front, our third lead change. And Blixt driving and lost the handle on the ball. 13, Cole Burr back into the game for Central Cass to replace Deutsch. 55-54 Devils Lake. Less than a second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. But the Firebirds hurry. Max Palmer wanted a foul on the far side, didn't get it. Mason Palmer with the ball. He's just going to yo-yo it here. Now with 7. Mason, offensive foul. That is the third foul on Mason Palmer. Third on Devils Lake in the quarter. 3, Miguel Dunn, a 6'2 junior in the game for the first time for Devils Lake. 23, Trayson Touche, a 5'10 junior in the game for the first time. 11, Keegan Edwards, a chance to give his starters some extra rest. And we almost had a third quarter buzzer beater there from downtown. After 3 on the Bank North scoreboard, Devils Lake 55, Central Cass 54. Fourth quarter in a minute on YourLiveEvent.com.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at PurpleWave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
What is that? Is that top insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or taupe insurance?
Maybe? I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe. That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies.
Central Cass ball to start the fourth quarter. Blixt, Peterson, Lorenz, Zemer, and Holland, the five on the floor for Central Cass in the white uniforms. Left corner three on the way, a little bit too long. And a rebound for Cade Fee. Fee, Exner, Mason Palmer, Brodina, and Max Palmer, the five on the floor for Devils Lake. A drive and a basket for Ben Brodina. He's got a dozen. 3-point lead, 57-54. Biggest Devils Lake has had. Nice pass for a wide open Easton Holland to score. He's got a dozen. 57-56. Mason Palmer for Brodina. Exner off the bracket, no. And a rebound for Keegan Peterson. Blixt. Holland finding a gap, scoring, and a foul. Not only that, it's foul 4 on Cade Fee. Or check, beg your pardon, that's on Exner. That's his first. And the first on the Firebirds in the fourth quarter. Holland, 1 of 2 at the line today. (59-57) after the 3-point play. Lead change 4. Fee for Max Palmer. Fee, Exner left wing. Brodina trying to get through the crowd and was fouled. First foul on Devils Lake in the fourth quarter. It's on Easton Holland, his third. Jackson Deutsch, number 4, comes in for Central Cass. Holland and Blix, 3 fouls apiece for Central Cass. Fee and Mason Palmer, 3 fouls apiece for Devils Lake. Exner scores from the block. 9 for Briar Exner. We're tied at 59. First time we've been tied. Double dribble against Lorenz. Turnover 16 against. Check that. Foul on Lorenz. That's his second. Well, an offensive foul. That is a turnover. That's 16 now against Central Cass. Max Palmer across midcourt. Almost 2 minutes played in the fourth quarter. Max around an Exner screen and a bump by Deutsch. That's his first. 3 on the Squirrels in the fourth quarter. Devils Lake has only shot 3 free throws on the night. They may be getting some more, or certainly trying to get some more here. Mason Palmer let a defender go by and hit a 3. Mason's 5th bomb of the game. He's got 26. 5th lead change. Zemer driving and scoring. 18 for Andrew Zemer. 62-61 Devils Lake. Brodina Gives it for Max Palmer. Under 5.5 to play in regulation. Pick and roll for Exner, who will drive, and Exner will be called for an offensive foul, and that will be his second. Hold on a sec. They called that on Deutsch. That's his second foul. That's 4 on Central Cass in the quarter. Exner to shoot 2. He has not been to the line tonight. Next foul against Central Cass will put Devils Lake into the penalty with 2 shots. 3 Keegan Peterson, 4 Jackson Deutsch in the game for Central Cass. Joining Burr. And Deutsch, and we got a whistle. Blocking foul on the Firebirds. On Mason Palmer, and that's his 4th. Second foul against the Firebirds in the quarter. And a steal by Max Palmer. And he'll lay it up and in. 10 for Max Palmer. 65-61. That's the biggest lead Devils Lake has had. Ball poked away and a takeaway. Fee comes down with it. Brodina right corner. Fee, oh boy, was he open. Fee with 8, timeout for Central Cass. 4:43 to go in regulation on the Bank North scoreboard. Devils Lake up 67-61. Banking should feel personal, and at Bank North it does. They're proud to be local, supporting local teams and the communities they serve. Visit banknorth.bank to learn more. Bank North, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Get in touch with Ryan at Tope Insurance in Castleton for a quote or review of your policies. Give Tope Insurance a call at 701-347-4045. That's 701-347-4045. Central Cass led 20-11 at the end of the first quarter. And they led 42-29 at the half. Devils Lake took command in the third quarter and led 55-54. And now the Firebirds are up 67-61 with 4:43 to go in regulation. Central Cass 2 timeouts left, 3 timeouts left for Devils Lake. Cash Lorenz back into the ball game for Central Cass, along with Easton Holland. Pressure now from Devils Lake. Zemer across midcourt. And Max Palmer on the back of Lorenz. 2 fouls on Max. 3 team fouls against the Firebirds in the fourth quarter. Zemer to throw it in with a fresh shot clock. In for Peterson. Wide open 3 for Burr. Cole Burr's first points of the night. And it cuts Devils Lake's lead to 3. Exner. Brodina. Ball poked away. And short timeout quickly taken by Devils Lake. On the Bank North scoreboard, 67-64, Devils Lake in front of Central Cass. Cass County Mutual provides insurance products to all of southeastern North Dakota. They're a local company providing local service to all policyholders. Visit CassCountyMutual.com to find an agent near you. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining now. The possession arrow favors Devils Lake, who will inbound baseline right with 22 to shoot. Exner bowled his way in and scored. 11 for Briar Exner. 5-point lead for Devils Lake midway through the fourth quarter. Holland hands for Lorenz. Peterson spinning. Doesn't get the roll, and Exner gets the rebound, but we've got a foul first. This is on Cade Fee, and that's his 4th foul. 4th on the Firebirds in the half. So Mason Palmer and Fee both with 4 fouls. Keegan Peterson with the first free throw. Cuts the gap to 4. And a 3. Peterson has not missed a free throw this season. 69-66 Devils Lake. Exner near the left sideline. Mason Palmer drew the foul on Holland, and that's his 4th. And team foul 5 on the Squirrels in the quarter. Mason Palmer to shoot 2 with the penalty, hits the first. 70-66 with 3:41 to play in regulation. Mason makes them both. 30 points for Mason Palmer. Burr with another 3. No. And a rebound for Brodina. As bodies hit the floor. Exner. Fee. Brodina with 22 to shoot. Mason Palmer as we near the 3-minute mark. Fee for Exner. Reaching, trying to steal the ball, and a foul. That's on Easton Holland, and that's his 5th. So Holland fouls out with 2:57 to play in regulation. He'll leave with 15 points. 22, Ben Nelson will replace him. Sacrificing a little height inside for some bulk. Exner shooting 2. He's over 2 at the line tonight. Hit the first, 1 more to come. 6-point lead with under 3 minutes to play. 7-point lead. 15 for Exner. A drive by Lorenz. He hits the deck. Firebirds with the rebound and a basket for Max Palmer. He's got a dozen. 75-66. Timeout Central Cass. On the Bank North scoreboard, Devils Lake up by 9. Not new, not national. Bank North is a hometown bank focused on relationships, local decisions, and community support. Find out more at banknorth.bank. Bank North, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Stop Come on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting section, and check out their different paint mixing options from Benjamin Moore, Clark and Kensington, and Royal. From their grills to Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to the Customer Laser Engraving Center. Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
Cass County Mutual provides insurance products to all of southeastern North Dakota. They're a local company providing local service to all policyholders. Visit CassCountyMutual.com to find an agent near you. I can still hear Devils Lake coach Dustin Brodina up here. Volume and intensity is what he's giving to his team, which has come back from a 17-point second quarter deficit to lead by 9. And a drive by Andrew Zemer, the score. Zemer with 20. 3-possession game. Brodina almost lost the dribble. Fee. Max Palmer. Brodina. Blocked by Peterson, run down by Fee. And an offensive foul on Cade Fee, and that's his 5th. Fee with 8 points. And a great job on the boards. 20, Alex Hammond checks into the ball game for the Firebirds. 2 minutes to play. 3-possession game. Zemer. Zemer trying to dish it off. Comes to the top of the key. And a 3 for Lorenz doesn't go. And Brodina the rebound. Exner for Mason Palmer. Mason Palmer with a wide open Hammond to score. Nice pass. First bucket for Hammond. 77-68 with a minute and a half to play. 3 on the way, yes, by Lorenz, his 4th bomb of the game. 16 for Lorenz. 2-possession game. Hammond, Mason Palmer. Both teams are in the penalty, by the way. Mason Palmer spinning, scoring. 79-71 with under a minute to play. Lorenz driving and a foul. That's on Briar Exner, his 2nd. Penalty in effect. 2 free throws for Lorenz, a 69.4% free throw shooter who has not been to the line tonight. First one good. .54.5 seconds to play in regulation. And again, these teams could meet at the state tournament or on the way to state. 2-possession game now. Full court press by Central Cass. Ball poked away. Last touch by the Firebirds. Their 10th turnover, just their 2nd of the second half. 48.7 to go in regulation. Zemer on the throw-in for Nelson. Back for Lorenz. Peterson, Zemer 3 on the way. No! And Exner another big rebound and a foul. Nelson commits the foul, his first. Again, the penalty in effect for both teams. Briar Exner, the 6-foot senior, to shoot a pair for Devils Lake with 36.4 to go in regulation. Looking to add to a 6-point lead. First one rolled out. It would still be a 2-possession game if Exeter missed this. A 3-possession game. Ball poked out of bounds by Max Palmer. It'll stay with Central Cass. 34 to shoot, 35.1 to play. Left corner 3 by Peterson doesn't go. Mason Palmer rebounds. And a foul. Andrew Zemer with the foul, his first. Timeout, Central Cass. On the Bank North scoreboard, 80-73 Devils Lake. Banking should feel personal, and at Bank North it does. They're proud to be local, supporting local teams and the communities they serve. Visit banknorth.bank to learn more. Bank North, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Get in touch with Ryan at Tope Insurance in Castleton for a quote or review of your policies. Give Tope Insurance a call at 701-347-4045. That's 701-347-4045. Devils Lake has outscored Central Cass 51-31 in the second half. Central Cass now out of timeouts. Devils Lake has 2 left. Mason Palmer hits the first. It's an 8-point lead with 23.2 to go. The second one should just about take care of it. He does not get the mounts. Lorenz. Pass behind Peterson. Pass behind Burr into the backcourt, over and back. And with 13.3 to play, that will take care of it. Devils Lake will improve to 13-7 on the year. Central Cass falls to 15-3. And Mason Palmer will mosey across midcourt, and that'll do it. Devils Lake with an amazing second half comeback as they come back to defeat Central Cass 81-73 on the Bank North scoreboard. We'll come back with post-game interviews and more after these words on YourLiveEvent.com.
At NDSCS, you'll find first-class classrooms, expert instructors, and hands-on learning that gets you job-ready fast. Earn your degree, gain confidence, and start a career you love sooner than you think. With 97% job placement, high starting salaries, and transfer programs that save thousands, it just makes sense. And that's why NDSCS is the smarter way to college.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller. And I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
What was that? Is that Top Insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Tope Insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Tope Insurance,
Maybe?
maybe?
I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Tope.
Oh, it's Tope.
That's Tope Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies. Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting section, and check out their different paint mixing options from Benjamin Moore, Clark and Kensington, and Royal. From their grills to Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to the Customer Laser Engraving Center. Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Carol, Leslie, or Craig to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Welcome back to Central Cast. Joe Lancello with you as Central Cast Devils Lake rallying from a 13-point deficit at halftime. To defeat the Central Cast Squirrels by a count of 81-73. The game started like it might be a runaway in the direction of Central Cast. They got off to an 11-0 start, got a couple of baskets off turnovers, and they would lead it 20-11 at the end of the first quarter. Central Cast would hold on to lead at halftime 42-29. Then in the third quarter, the whole thing turned around. Devils Lake outscoring Central Cast 26-12 in that third frame to lead by one, 55-54 after three. In the fourth quarter, it just continued as Devils Lake would lead by 8, and that would be their biggest lead of the night, and the final margin, 81-73. We'll talk with our player of the game coming up after these words on yourliveevent.com.
And we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
You don't have to spend 4 years or a fortune to start your future. At NDSCS, you'll find first-class classrooms, expert instructors, and hands-on learning that gets you job-ready fast. Earn your degree, gain confidence, and start a career you love sooner than you think. With 97% job placement, high starting salaries, and transfer programs that save thousands, it just makes sense. And that's why NDSES is the smarter way to college.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller. And I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
Welcome back to Central Cast. Joe Lancello joined by Briar Exner of the Devils Lake Firebirds. Winners tonight, 81-73 at Central Cast. And not only the big second half comeback, but you kind of started it with that three-point buzzer beater at the end of the first half. Have you ever made a shot like that before?
No, I haven't caught a buzzer beater and turned around a shot. I mean, supposed to pass it, but no one was there. Turned around and chucked up a shot and went in.
Did that kind of inspire people in the locker room at halftime?
Yeah, give us momentum. We're not down by 16, we're down by 13, and coming in with some momentum, and kept our heads up big time, and just helping us continue our momentum going.
It just seemed like two completely different ball games, first half and second half.
Yeah, we knew we needed to work harder, and it starts by getting rebounds, playing better defense, getting all those steals, deflections, and it just starts on the defensive side, and the momentum carried us to the offensive side. And
you with a lot of those rebounds and some pretty strong drives to the basket too.
Yeah, I mean, getting rebounds one of the easiest thing. All hustle, all heart. Might as well do it.
And having the Palmer twins as teammates has got to be a lot of fun. Do you almost kind of want to stand back and watch them sometimes?
Yeah, it's really nice because it takes a lot of offense pressure off me, and those who can just get to work. Mason gets downhill, shoot the ball well. Max is a great shooter, and it just helps me out. I can sit in the corner, watch them shoot, and then go chase the rebounds. Easy enough.
And you and Cade Fee kind of did both the same thing, a lot of dirty work and also getting big baskets when needed.
Yeah, we know we got the scores between Ben, Max, and Mason. And me and Cade knew before the season we're going to have to work our butts off in the boards, considering we're 6 feet tall each. So we've got to work our butts off down there, and we'll be good.
A few days deserved break as far as games go. Your next game will be a week from tonight when you get Thompson at home.
Yeah, I know. We got to go back to work. Got 4 practices coming up, so got to get better. It's the last regular season game, then it's win or go home.
Okay, Briar Exner of Devils Lake is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, brought to you by Enbridge Energy for Life, Enbridge.com for career opportunities. We'll have a T-shirt from the folks at Enbridge for you. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll be back with more in just a moment on YourLiveEvent.com.
What was that? Is that top insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Taupe Insurance, maybe?
Nah, I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe.
That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies. Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting section, and check out their different paint mixing options from Benjamin Moore, Clark and Kensington, and Royal. From their grills to Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to the Customer Laser Engraving Center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Carol, Leslie, or Craig to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton. Excuse me, I forgot to turn that back around. Joe Lancello with you from Central Cass as Devils Lake, ranked number 4 in the state in Class A, knocks off second-ranked Central Cass 81-73 tonight in boys basketball, and this could very well be, as I said, throughout the course of the evening, the kind of a game that the matchup that could be seen again either at the state Class A tournament or in one of the play-in games for the state tournament. Because remember, it's not just the section winners of the 4 regions that go to the Class A state tournament. You also have play-in games between the second and third place teams. And who knows, that with how competitive each region is, that could very well be these 2 teams matching up once again. Running down the scoring for Devils Lake, Mason Palmer, 5 threes, 7 twos, 4 of 4 at the line for 33 points. Briar Exner actually, with a 3-pointer at the halftime buzzer, 4 baskets, 3 of 6 at the line for 14. Max Palmer, 2 threes, 3 twos for 12. Ben Brudina, 2 threes, 3 twos for 12. Cade Fee, 3 baskets, 2 of 2 at the line for 8. Alex Hammond, a basket for 2. Brief cameos for Miguel Dunn, Talon Gregory, Keegan Edwards, and Trayson Touche. They did not score. Devils Lake, 9 of 13 at the foul line. They had 10 turnovers and officially just 2 in the second half. And unofficially, the Firebirds with 24 rebounds, 13 offensive boards. Devils Lake, 11 points in the first quarter, 18 in the second, 26 in the third, 26 in the fourth, for their total of 81. Or hold it here. Yeah, that's it. That adds up. Now for Central Cass, Andrew Zemer with a strong game of 3, 7 twos, 3 of 3 at the line for 20 points. Cash Lorenz, 4 threes, 2 twos, 2 of 2 at the line for 18. Easton Holland, a 3, 5 twos, 2 of 3 at the line for 15. He fouled out with 2:57 to play. Keegan Peterson, 3 baskets, 2 of 2 at the line for 8. Zane Blix, 2 baskets, 3 of 3 at the line for 7. Cole Burr, a 3-pointer for 3. Ben Nelson, a basket for 2. Jackson Deutsch, Blaze Cotton, and Lucas Christensen played and did not score for the Squirrels tonight. Central Cass, 12 of 13 at the free throw line. 19 turnovers against Central Cass compared to 10 against Devils Lake, and unofficially Central Cass, 21 rebounds, 9 on the offensive side. Central Cass, 20 points in the first quarter, 22 in the second, 12 in the third, and 19 in the fourth for their total of 73. Central Cass now 15-3 on the season. Devils Lake improves to 13-7. Both teams are off now until next Friday. Devils Lake will host Thompson, and Central Cass will go to Northern Cass next Friday night. In the JV game earlier today, Central Cass won that 84-78. And in the C-Squad game, Central Cass won that 57-55. That will do it for us here from Central Cass. Thanks very much to Activities Director Travis Lamar for his assistance. Thanks very much to Finley Nelson and Ella Detler, who were on camera tonight. Thanks to all of our sponsors. We hope you will thank them with your business. And we thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. I'm Joe Lancello, the final score once again here in a dandy of a basketball game. 4th-ranked Devils Lake, 81. 2nd-ranked Central Cass, 73. Have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you later. Good night, everyone.